Series 170 is on the air, and we are glad to have you with us. I just want to take a minute to welcome all our new subscribers. If you've subscribed with us, it's great to have you along. If you're watching for the first time or have found us through the magic of YouTube or Google, then feel free to subscribe. If you're interested in the history of baseball and maybe resurrecting some of these lost teams that history seems to have forgotten about, we are here to bring it all back and have these teams be alive for a 7-game series once again for a short time and see if they can perform against a random opponent. So that's the premise, and we're glad you're with us. So Series 170 is ready to go. We got 2 new teams. This is Out of the Park Baseball 21, which is the game engine we use for all these matchups. All the great scenery in the ballparks and the menus. It's all from the game, so I do still encourage you to check it out if you haven't. Well worth your time if you're a baseball fan. But for our point of view and purposes, we're going to get ready for a new series with 2 brand new teams. Interesting today because we have the San Diego Padres of 1969 as our first team, a team that lost 110 games and won only 52. This was San Diego's first season, and as you might expect, expansion teams struggle picking up scraps from the other teams and expansion drafts and whatnot. And it showed for these Padres. They lost 110 games under Preston Gomez in their first season. And the Padres, of course, since then have yet to win a championship. So they're still searching for success. But it all started back here in 69 with this team. And looking at the team itself, Nate Colbert led him with 24 home runs and 66 RBIs, hit 255, did strike out 123 times. You have Jose Arcia as the second baseman. He only hit 215 in 120 games. Tommy Dean, the shortstop, even worse at 176. You have then Ed Spezio with 13 home runs and 43 RBIs. Al Ferreira, 14 and 56. He hit 260. And Cito Gaston at 25 years old, the future Blue Jay manager. He hit 230 with 28 RBIs only in 129 games. And Ollie Brown, probably their best hitter. 20 home runs, 61 RBIs, 10 steals, and a 264 for Ollie Brown. Chris Cannizzaro is the catcher. So you can obviously see hitting a big issue for this team. No real star in the lineup. A lot of low averages, low on-base percentages, and that's what you usually get when you have a team that only won 50 some odd games. Pitching wise, a little bit better, but obviously with little support, it didn't make too much of a difference. Poor Clay Kirby lost 20 games. He went 7-20 with a 380 in his 35 starts. And Joe Niekro at 24 years old, he went 8-17. And he had an even better ERA in his 31 starts. Al Santorini, 8-14 with a 395. And Dick Kelly, 4-8 in his abbreviated 23 starts. Tommy Sisk got 13 starts, and maybe Billy McCool could be called anything close there you can to a closer. He got 7 saves. Gary Ross also with 109 innings of work. Johnny Padres on this team at 36 years old. He actually started 9 games, so we'll see how that works out. So I think the biggest issue here was obviously the hitting for the Padres, and getting accumulated with Major League pitching as an expansion team is not an easy thing. They will be playing at San Diego Stadium, and whoever draws them can be very happy to do so because they were one of the weaker teams of the generation. So the opponents are going to be the 1999 Chicago White Sox. They're led by Jerry Manuel. They went 75-86, second in the AL Central. So they weren't terrible, but definitely a losing record for the White Sox in 99. Looking at the team, you see here a 23-year-old Paul Konerko. He hit 24 homers, hit 294, a good start for him. Ray Durham, a star of this team at the time, 34 steals. He hit 296 with 13 homers and 60 RBIs at the top of the lineup. Carlos Lee, not bad at 23 years old, 16-84. He hit 293. Maglio Ordonez, the leader really of this team, 30 home runs, 117 RBIs, and a 3.01 average. Frank Thomas battled some injuries, wasn't as great in 99. At the DH spot, he hit 15 and drove in 77. A little bit of a down year for Thomas, but he still got on base at a 414 clip and hit over 300. Greg Norton on this team with Mike Caruso, a little bit unheralded for the both of them. And Chris Singleton, he hit 300 in a decent year for him, 17 and 72 with 20 steals. So the Sox did have some speed on the bases. The power, pretty balanced as well. Some good names in the lineup for the White Sox. The problem for them, as you can see here shortly, is their pitching. They really got beat up badly in '99. Of course, this is at the heart of the steroid era, so a lot of people were getting beat up to their credit, but you can see the numbers. Mike Sorotka, 11 and 13 with a 4 ERA, is as good as it gets. From there, James Baldwin had a rough time, 12 and 13. Jim Parquet, a 5.13 ERA, he was 9 and 15, and Jaime Navarro and John Snyder, even worse, ERAs up over 6. So trying to find an answer for Jerry Manuel was not an easy task. Keith Folk got in 105 innings. Bob Howard was the closer at 28 saves. He had a decent year, so the bullpen not bad. Bill Simas, Sean Lowe, Brian Ward as well. Kip Wells at 22 years old. He started in 7 games, pitched a little bit better. So pitching for the Sox, the issue, and interestingly enough, the issue for the Padres, hitting. So we'll see who gets the best of that matchup. The Sox poorest pitching and the Padres poorest hitting. On the other hand, it's a best of 7, so we'll see if it can be competitive or if the Sox, who obviously are the favorites, can put away the Padres. So looking at the openers, we're going to be in Chicago for the first 2 games, the new Comiskey Park, before we head out to the West Coast for the middle portion of the series. Last 2 games in Chicago if necessary. So Series 170 ready to go. Not sure what to expect in this one. We'll see what happens. The opening game is Al Santorini for the new Padres facing off against Mike Sorotka from Chicago. Comes the action of Series 170. So again, coming at you and ready to begin is this series between the 1999 Chicago White Sox and the expansion 1969 San Diego Padres. 30 years separating these teams, but they're on the field together now to start this best of 7 series. Heading out to Comiskey Park for the action just ahead. First and second for Mike Caruso. He's the hitter. And the pitch. It's grounded 3 seconds. Play will be made at second for the force. So that's the second out here, second inning. And Roberto Pena now the hitter. We'll move to the top of the 4th inning. First and second this time for the Padres. And this one's hit to the mound. Play at first. That'll end the frame. So we're still scoreless here in Chicago. To the 5th inning. John Stippen facing Sorotka. Ball's drilled to center field. It's got some carry to the wall. Home run. John Stippen goes deep to left field to make it 1-0 San Diego. Taking Sorotka deep. It's a home run park, and he makes it show that way. Here's Frank Thomas. Santorini now is going to come into the game, and Thomas is going to chop this one into the hole for a hit. So Frank Thomas with a single. Here in the 6th inning, we move to Maglio Ordonez now, who has a chance with a man on. Ordonez will line a single past the 3rd baseman, so that's going to be first and second. Nobody out for Chicago. Their biggest chance of the game. Paul Konerko is the hitter. Konerko will line at the center field. That's going to drop. Let's see if they send the runner home. They will. It's 1-1 thanks to the Konerko RBI single here in the 6th inning. The Sox tie the game, and here's Brooke Fordyce. Still nobody out. Fordyce goes back to the mound. Play at second. Relay first. Double play. Runner moves to third. And Carlos Lee will try to give the Sox the lead. Carlos Lee will do exactly that. Lines at the opposite field, and it's 2-1 Sox. El Caballo with the single to right with 2 outs. Chicago takes the lead. We move to the 8th. Tony Gonzalez, the hitter, as Bobby Arias come on in. This one's popped up. And it is caught. 2 outs now for Nate Colbert. Howie's still delivering. Here it comes. Strike 3, he gets it. So we'll move to the 9th. The White Sox holding a slim 2-1 lead. Here's Ed Spezio. Strike out there. Spezio's gone. So Keith Folk now with 1 out. He's facing Roberto Pena. Sox trying to hold on here in game 1. There's the strikeout. So the Sox bullpen is on fire. And with 2 outs now, it's Chris Cannizzaro, the last hope in this 1-run game. Here comes the delivery. And they walk him. So no call there. Runner on first. And Cito Gaston, the last hope here for the Padres. He lines one. That's in the gap. That could get down. It will. A base hit for Gaston. Runner moving to third. Ball gets away from the outfielder. So we're going to have him on second and third with 2 outs. And John Sippen is at the plate. The second baseman, Keith Folk, trying to get out of this jam. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Strike 3. He takes one looking, and the Sox win game 1. The White Sox salvage this one. They win it with the tying run 90 feet away. They hold on to beat the Padres 2-1 thanks to some outstanding bullpen work and a comeback win. It was Soraka who started and pitched well. Santorini pitched well for the Padres. John Sippen did well. He went 2 for 4 and hit a home run. But it was the Carlos Lee single in the 6th inning as the Sox made the turnaround and scored twice with Ordonez and Lee driving in runs. And then it was the Sox pen that came through. Keith Folk closing it down with men on second and third and 2 outs. And the Sox take game 1 as Folk gets the save, Sorotka the win, and Santorini the loss. So a very tight, well-pitched, good game in game 1. Drama down to the last strike, but the favorites do win. The Sox hold on, but it looks like these Padres might be competitive, so we'll see how that goes as Dick Selma will get the mound work on game 2's assignment, and Jim Parquet for the home team and the Sox to try to make it 2 in a row will take the mound for the White Sox. So let's see what happens now at New Comiskey Park. South side of Chicago we go. Game 2, the Sox holding a 1-game lead as we move on to the next one and see if the Padres can get even. Ollie Brown, we're ready to start game number 2. Jim Parker ready to deliver. And this one's popped up. Should be easy. Kennard goes there for you. Nate Colbert now with the man on second. Colbert will go to short. Scooped up there. They get one to first. Double play. 6-4-3 there for the White Sox. We move to the second now. Carlos Lee with 2 on. 1 out. And Lee will strike out swinging. Selman gets him. And now to the third we go. John Sippen will line this one to right. That'll get down. So Sippen with extra bases. Sippen will make it in the second with a double. Al Ferreira now the hitter. We're in the third, and this one's hit deep in the right, way back to the wall. It is off the wall. 1 run's going to score. Another run heading to third. He is safe. Whoa, they get him. The backup runner is out. Gonzalez is thrown out. So San Diego only gets 1 on that double. A good cutoff throw that got the runner. So it's 1-0. And Nate Colbert now with 2 outs, trying to add to the lead. He lines a single to left field. That ball's down. The runner's going to round third. Here comes the throw, and it's going to be late. 2-0 Padres. They take the lead here. We move to the fifth. They're threatening again. Bases loaded, 1 out. That's Spezio, the hitter, against Parquet. But that is strike 3, so a big strikeout by Parquet. And Roberto Pena now trying to come through with the bases loaded. He does come through, lines it in a gap. That's going to score multiple runs. Pena with a big double. 3 runs across the plate. It is 5-0 Padres. Wow. 2-run, 3-run bases clearing double. 6-0 now to the 8th inning. Ollie Brown now facing Pat Danaker. And this one's flown deep to left center, to the wall. See you later. Home run. Ollie Brown goes deep, and it is 7-0 Padres. 2 to 9, 2 outs. Caruso at the plate. He hits it to third. Play made there, and this game is history. The Padres win Game 2, shutting out the White Sox 7-0. Honestly, they've pitched some great baseball in these first 2 games. Really impressive. And today their bats woke up as well with 14 hits. Selma went 6 innings for the win. It was Roberto Pena who cleared the bases with that double in the 5th inning. And Nate Colbert, 2 for 4. He also had an RBI. Ollie Brown hit a home run. And Parquet takes the loss. So San Diego wins Game 2. They split the 2 games at New Comiskey Park. And now we head to the West Coast. And there is some hope here for the 110-loss expansion Padres. They've now got the home field advantage in the series and a chance maybe even to surprise even more, as James Baldwin will be the opponent here in the Sox starter against Clay Kirby in what's becoming a very interesting series, and Game 3 now on the horizon to see who gets the edge and the second win of the best of 7. So let's head out to San Diego Park, where the fans will be excited to see if their Padres can continue to be a threat to the White Sox. Let's get out to the action for game number 3. Here we go, live in beautiful San Diego. Ray Durham can lead off against Clay Kirby. Here's the pitch. And this ball's drilled deep into right center. Could it be? It is. A leadoff home run by Ray Durham to right center field. What a start here in Game 3 for the White Sox. Durham destroys that ball, 434 feet. Bottom of the first now, Tony Gonzalez with a man on. And this ball's drilled also deep to right, to the wall. Home run, and the Padres are back on top as Tony Gonzalez homers here in the first inning, making it 2-1. What a start we got here to Game 3. Both teams going deep early. To the second we go. The Padres aren't done yet. Gonzalez with men on the corners, 2 outs. And this one's drilled deep to right, way back into the gap. It's going to drop 1 run in. Gonzalez heading for second. He's going to head for third. And it is 2 more runs for San Diego. They move up 4-1. What a start now they've had to game number 3. To the third, Chris Singleton with the man on. And he lines at the center field. That'll drop for a hit. Runner moving to third, so the Sox now with runners on the corners, nobody out here in the third inning. 4-2 our score, and Paul Konerko up with the man on first. Konerko is going to drop this one deep in the right, off the wall. And Konerko's going to have a triple, and this is now a 4-3 ball game. So the White Sox responding on their own, closing the gap to 1 run on the Konerko triple. We move to the 5th. Nate Colbert, the hitter against Baldwin. And this ball's driven deep to right center. That's got some carry to the wall. Another home run. 400 feet for Colbert. It is now 5-3 Padres. They continue to put the pressure on the Sox here. A solo home run by Nate Colbert. To the 7th. 5-3 our score. Chris Singleton at the plate with the man on. And this one gets past the first baseman, and that'll get through. It's going to be extra bases. Scoring on the play. Singleton with a RBI double to make the score 5-4. And now Frank Thomas with a chance to get the Sox even or even better. But he strikes out as we hit the 7th inning stretch. Top of the 8th inning, here's Maglio Ordonez. Ordonez to short. That play will be made. So Billy McCool trying to hold out the Sox here with the 1-run lead. Gary Jackson the hitter. Jackson takes ball 4, so with 1 out, he's the tying run. And here's Brooke Fordyce. Fordyce will hit this one to left. That's got some carry to the wall, but it is caught at the track. Ferreira makes the catch, so Carlos Lee now the hitter. And Carlos Lee will lift it to center field, but that should be caught. And we move now to the bottom of the 8th. 5-4 Padres. Bobby Howier's come in. And this ball's hit to center field with 1 out. It's a base hit. But we move now to the top of the 9th. And Frank Rehberger has a chance to close this out. Facing Mark Johnson. It's a 1-run game. Strike 3. Strike 3. Johnson's out. He can't believe the call, but he's done. Here's Greg Norden. Norden will line this one in the gap, so he'll get on base. Building up the drama here in the 9th inning. Norden with the double. 1 out. He's the tying run on second base. And Ray Durham, who's already homered at the plate. And Durham lifts this one. It is caught on a fly, however, out there. He hit it hard, but right at the right fielder. And now Chris Singleton, the last hope for the Sox. Rehberger delivers. This ball's dumped in the right, a base hit. A base hit for Singleton. He comes through in the clutch, and he's just tied the game at 5. What a big hit by Chris Singleton. Frank Thomas coming up now. It's a brand new ball game. The Padres just couldn't close the door here. And Thomas goes to right. It is caught. So we'll move to the bottom of the 9th. The Sox come back to tie it up and keep Folk now facing Tony Gonzalez. 5-5 tie. And this ball's hit to second. Play made there. Durham's got it. Here's Nate Colbert, who's already hit a homer with 2 outs. And Colbert goes deep to left. Way back to the wall. Walk off. Nate Colbert. A solo shot over the left field wall, and the Padres have walked it off and beat the White Sox 6-5. What a dramatic finish here in San Diego. Tony Gonzalez, 3 for 5. He hit a double, a triple, and a home run. Ray Durham and Chris Singleton, some good games, but it came down to that 9th inning. Just when the Padres thought they lost the lead, which they did in the 9th with a clutch RBI by Chris Singleton, they come back and they win it thanks to Nate Colbert, who homered twice, and he walks it off in the ninth with 2 outs off of Keith Folk to give the Padres a 2-1 lead, an improbable lead. But boy, they deserve it. They've battled well in this series, and it's rare you see a team with such little talent and so many losses play as hard as they're playing. And they got the White Sox now in some trouble as we move now into game number 4. The Padres, with all the confidence in the world, they lead now the series 2-1 and have all the momentum after a walkout. Walkout wins can change the entire series. Let's see if the Padres can keep the momentum going. It's going to be Dick Kelly for them going up against John Snyder. And Charlie Manuel and the White Sox got to start wondering, can they turn it around? They should be able to, one would think. But so far, the Padres have put 2 games in a row and have looked good doing it in the clutch situations. So let's see what happens in game 4. Ready to go for the first pitch. Let's head back out to San Diego and see if the Padres can continue to surprise against the White Sox. Ray Durham leading it off here. Kelly is on the mound. And Kelly gets Durham swinging. Will be first out of the game. Top of the second. Fordyce the hitter. Fordyce will line this one to center field. That guy's ball's got some carry. It's up against the wall. Runner headed to third. And Fordyce is going to have an RBI here. 1-0 White Sox as they get on the board in the second inning. And here's Chris Cannizzaro against Snyder. 1 out. And this ball's drilled hard to left field. Way back there near the fence. Home run. Cannizzaro. This game's tied at 1. He takes Snyder deep over the left field wall. And here's Ollie Brown with the man on second, 2 outs. And this ball's drilled to right field. It's going to drop in there. So the Padres now take the lead 2-1 here in game number 4. And they're looking for more. Roberto Pena with 2 on and nobody out in the third. And this is hit to short. Playing at second. Relay to first. The Sox turn the double play. To the 4th inning, 2 outs. Fordyce back up there with Singleton on first base. Here's a line shot to center field. There's a base hit. Singleton will move on to third. He'll beat the throw. So the Sox with runners on the corners. 2-1 game, and Carlos Lee the hitter. Lee's going to go to shortstop. Play made there, and they get out of it. And the Padres hold on to their 2-1 lead. To the 5th, Ed Spezio up with 2 on. Spezio lines this one to left field. That'll drop in there. Bases loaded now for the Padres. And Roberto Pena in a huge spot facing Aaron Might. Here's the pitch. This ball's too short. Play at home. They get the man there. Relay to first, not in time. So there's going to be 2 outs now with Cannizzaro at the plate, who's homered earlier. 2 outs. He can break the game wide open. But he strikes out. Swinging, and the Padres leave the bases loaded. Maeda gets him with the curveball. We move to 6th. Paul Konerko, the hitter. Konerko walks to lead off the inning. Here's the big hurt. Frank Thomas, and Thomas will line this one to right field. There's a base hit. Konerko moving to third, so the Sox got something cooking here. Runners on the corners, nobody out, and here's Ordonez. It's a 2-1 game. Nobody out, as we said. And there now is ball 4, so the base is loaded for the White Sox. Nobody out. Chris Singleton, the hitter. Infield has come in. He swings and he misses, however. Spezio, or I should say Kelly, the pitcher, now trying to get out of it. Brooke Fordyce is the man at the plate. Fordyce will line a single to center. That'll get down. 1 runs in. So this game is tied at 2 on the Fordyce single up the middle. And now a new pitcher, Tom Dukes, facing Carlos Lee. We're tied at 2. And Lee will strike out. So a big opportunity missed there, and it's up to Craig Wilson now to try to come through with the bases loaded. He hits it to first, however, and the Padres will get out of it, but they do allow the tying run, so we are tied at 2. Bottom of the 6th inning, Ollie Brown, the hitter. He takes ball 4, so 2 on, 1 out, and Gonzalez is the hitter. Gonzalez will line it to center field, but a great catch out there. Diving catch by Singleton to make the out, leaving his feet. Wonderful play. 2 outs now for Al Ferreira. 3-2 pitch. They get him swinging. Strike 3. The Sox get out of that threat. 2-7. Still tied at 2. Roberto Pena facing Bill Seamus. And there's a strikeout. Seamus coming across his body to get the strike. And here's Canizaro with 1 on, 2 outs. And this one's hit back to the catcher. He'll make the throw. It's not in time. We got an infield hit by Canizaro. So 2 on for John Sippen. Sippen takes ball 4. So with 2 outs, the Padres have the bases loaded. Ivan Murrell up there. He's the pinch hitter facing Seamus. A big spot in this game, but it has popped up. Could be caught. Coming on over there is Thomas. He's got it. So the 2-2 tie remains. We move to the bottom of the 8th. Ollie Brown facing Bobby Howry. And Howry lets up the leadoff walk on 4 straight. Here's Tony Gonzalez. Gonzalez will hit it up there. That's going to be a very tough play. Play's made at second, but can't be made. The throw's offline, so everybody's safe. First and second now. Al Ferreira up. Nobody out. And there's a strikeout. So Brian Ward now facing Nate Colbert. 1 out, 2 on. Tie game. Grounded the third. Play made at second. Relayed the first. Double play. Nice turn by the White Sox, and this game remains tied at 2. We move to the 9th. Brooke Fordyce to lead it off. Fordyce goes to short, and that's going to be an out. Carlos Lee up now. Frank Reberger, he's the pitcher. And Lee goes into left field with the single. So that'll bring up Craig Norton. And Norton lines one into the gap. That'll get down there all the way to the wall. Runner heading to third. Let's see if they send him around. Second and third, it's going to be with only 1 out. And Paul Konerko now with men on the corner after the run was driven in. It's 3-2 White Sox. Konerko looks at ball 4, so with 2 outs, the base is loaded for Frank Thomas here. Dave Roberts, the pitcher. Let's see if Thomas can break it wide open. He takes ball 4. They walk in a run. 4-2, I should say now. White Sox. We move bottom of the 9th. Keith Folk in to try to close it down. There's a strikeout. 3-2 pitch. He gets Pizio. Here's Canizaro. Canizaro goes deep to left. This one up against the wall. Home run, Canizaro. Another one. Cuts the lead, launching it off of Folk. You gotta admire the fight that these Padres have. Here's John Tippin. 2 outs, 3-2 pitch. Grounded to short, should do it. That will be the final out. The Sox win it to even the series. They hold on here, winning 4-3 in a good ball game. But Chicago determined to get back on track, and they did exactly that. Even if Canizaro had a very nice game, 3 for 5 with 2 home runs for him. Brooke Fordyce, 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. He played well. Dick Kelly pitched pretty good for the Padres, but couldn't get a win today. It was Ward who got the win. And Reberger takes the loss. It was the late innings that turned things around. The game was tied at 2, and in the ninth, the Sox were able to put 2 on the board thanks to a base on balls with the bases loaded. And then in the bottom of the ninth, Keith Folk was able to close it down to give the Sox a tight win and now make this a best-of-3. It's been a very good series, really one that wasn't necessarily expecting this, but we've seen it so far. Both teams really giving it their all, and now we're down to a best-of-3. 2 games apiece, and the last game now in San Diego before we head back to Chicago. It's going to be Mike Soroka, who was excellent in his win, against Al Santorini, who also pitched well in the loss, all happening in Game 1, which the White Sox took. But this game, much more crucial now. The winner of a tied series of 2, the winner of game number 5, usually has a huge advantage. Obviously, this is a big one. The Padres are going to want to fight and win on their home field and really put the pressure on the Sox, while the Sox would like nothing better to head home with the series lead. So, ready to go. Let's head out to the final game in San Diego. 69 Padres and 99 White Sox all tied up at 2. Let's break the tie. Here's the pitch to Ray Durham, and this ball's hit to short. Play will remain there, and we're on the way here in Game 5. To the second we go. Carlos Lee up with a man on second. He's going to lash a single to right field. Let's see if Konerko's going to try to score. Throw to the plate is going to be in. No, it gets away. They had him as a dead duck. The throw sails over the catcher's head, and it's 1-0 Chicago. They had Konerko dead to rights. Couldn't get him, and it's 1-0 now. John Tippin here up in the third. He's going to hit it to short. Easy double play for the White Sox. They turn it 6-4-3. And the lead remains here to the fourth. We got Nate Colbert, who's been red hot in this series, taking a walk, and it's first and second now with 2 outs. And Ed Spezio, the man at the plate. Spezio will hit this one to center, however. Should be playable. Coming on in to make the catch is Singleton, and that will do it. 1-0 still our score through the 5th. Another close game. Sorotka's been pitching well. Here's John Sippen. Sippen will line this one to left field. That'll drop for a base hit with the man on. So first and second now for the Padres. 1 out, and the pitcher at the plate. He puts down the bunt. Play made at first. But the throw is off target, and Santorini's going to be safe. A mistake by Soroka. He makes the error. Bases loaded. And Ollie Brown, with 1 out, has a huge opportunity. He lines a single to left field. This is a tie game, maybe more. Is the runner going to score? The throw to the plate. They get the second runner. Sippen is out at the plate. He risked it, but this time the risk didn't pay off, and we remain tied now at 1. Tony Gonzalez, the hitter, with 2 outs. Let's see if Soroka can get all the way out of it. He does. He strikes him out. But the Padres are able to put one on the board, and we are tied up now as we move to the 6th inning, and Colbert's at the plate with a man on. Colbert, however, will strike out swinging. Soroka gets him. Here's Spezio. Spezio goes up the middle. That's going to be 2. Yes, it will. A double play there. So to end the 6th inning, we remain tied at 1. And here's Brooke Fordyce at the plate with the man on and 1 out. Fordyce is going to pop this one up. Should be playable. It is. Second out of the inning. And Carlos Lee, the hitter. Lee will line a single to center field with a man on, so a 2-out hit for Carlos Lee. The Sox with a chance now, first and second. Craig Wilson, the hitter. And Wilson will line this one to left, but it is caught right at the left fielder. Lee hit the 7th inning stretch. We're excited. 1 into the 8th. Craig Norton, the hitter. And Norton will hit this one for a single. That makes it into right field. So a leadoff hit for the Sox as they look to take the lead A very good ball game. Ray Durham, the hitter now. This one's lashed into the outfield, but it has caught a nice running catch there by Brown. First out of the inning. Here's Chris Singleton. Tom Dukes has come in to pitch here for the Padres. Boy, have they been competitive in this series. But there's a walk. So first and second, one out for the big hurt and a big spot in this series. There's another walk, so the Sox have the bases loaded here with only one out. And Maglio Ordonez at the plate. The infield is in. Here's the pitch. This one's lined to center field. A base hit. 1 run in. 2 runs are going to score. And it is now 3-1 White Sox on the single by Ordonez. 4-1 make it. 5-1 the Sox continue to add. And Craig Wilson now with 2 out in the 8th as Johnny Padres has come on. Wilson will add even more. That is a fair ball. Just fair into the corner. This is going to be a double. 2-run score, 7-1 on the Wilson double. And the Sox now in complete control. They've blown up the game here in the 8th. We move to the 9th with Ray Durham at the plate. And Durham's going to go deep into the 9th. Home run for Ray Durham. Into the bleachers here at San Diego Stadium. 8-1 all White Sox to the bottom of the 9th. 2 on for Canizaro. Here's the delivery. Laced into the gap. That's going to score some runs. So the Padres get on the board here. A 2-run double by Canizaro makes it 8-3 with 2 outs. But boy, the deficit just too big. And Lundqvist is going to deliver. This ball's hit deep. Could it be? It is! A home run here. Van Kelly delivers a 3-run bomb, and it's 8-6. A huge rally here by the Padres with 2 outs in the 9th. Still might not be enough. Here's Ollie Brown. 8-6 our game. And there's the final out. Mercifully, the game comes to an end. The Padres just fell too far behind, and there's the strikeout by Brown to end this ball game, and the Sox will take it, no doubt about it. They win it 8-6. Carlos Lee 4 for 4, 2 RBIs. Santorini, he went 6 for the Padres. Sorotka went 6 for the Sox. Neither had part of the decision because of the 1-1 tie they both left. Castillo actually got the win, Sisk the loss, and it was a 6-run 8th inning explosion by the White Sox, and another in the 9th that made things much comfortable enough before the Padres exploded on the White Sox pen for 5 runs, and most of it, I think all of it came with 2 outs, but they come up short, unfortunately, and also a big error by the Padres, costing them in this one, and now heading back to Chicago. Chicago has the huge advantage as they will play 2 games at home with a chance to end the series if they can win one of them. The 99 Sox in control, and Jim Parquet will be your man to try to end this series in Chicago on the south side against Dick Selma, as the Padres have played so hard. Let's see if they have the fortitude to actually force a Game 7. I wouldn't bet against them, but let's take a look and get out live now to Comiskey Park for Game 6 of this exciting series. The Sox, 1999 Sox, looking to wrap up the series, coming right at you. Out of the Park Baseball, live. To Chicago we go now. Game number 6 is Jim Parquet, who will take the mound. It's 51 degrees, the wind blowing out to center field. And this ball hit to center field. It's going to be a base hit to lead things off here. Ollie Brown with the hit. Gonzalez now the hitter. Gonzalez will rip this one to second. Play made there. Great double play by the Sox. Beautiful play by Ray Durham. 4-6-3. Here's Ordonez now. Runner on third, and he'll come through. Ordonez with the hit. And the Sox will take the lead here 1-0. Another runner heading to third, so with 1 out, it might be a big first inning. The Sox actually get 2, and here's Ollie Brown into the third. And this one is hit well into left field. The park will never hold that one. Ollie Brown with a solo home run to make it 2-1. He ripped that baseball. Wind blowing out, so that's the big factor. Here's Al Ferrara. 1-run game here in the 4th inning. And this is ripped to right. That's got a chance. Could it be? Home run. We are tied at 2. Ferrara goes the other way. Opposite field. And we're all even again here. 5th inning, Frank Thomas with the man on. And Thomas will go deep to left. That one hits hard off the wall. Runner heading the 3rd. He's going to try to score. And the big hurt comes through with the big double. 3-2 White Sox. Thomas with a 1-out double. Driving in a run. To the 6th we go. Ollie Brown, who's already homered. And Brown is going to hit this one fair. Another big hit for Ollie Brown. He's playing well. He's 3 for 3 now. Makes it all the way to second. He's a triple away from the cycle. And here's Tony Gonzalez. It's a 1-run game. Gonzalez puts down the bunt. Playmate at first. Brown hits to 3rd. So with 1 out, Ferrara, who's already homered, is up there. Tying run on 3rd base. They pitch around Ferrara to get to Colbert. Parquet in a jam here. Here he comes. Strikeout, however. He redeems himself there. Good call by Jerry Manuel, the manager. And then Spezio now is up there with 2 outs in a big spot. Here's the pitch. Strikeout. Good job by Parquet. The Sox will keep their 3-2 lead. As they get closer to closing out this series, we're into the 7th. Roberto Pena now facing a new pitcher, Bill Simas. And this one's ripped into center field. So with a leadoff hit here in the 7th, the Padres looking to make some noise. Canizaro, the hitter. Canizaro goes to center. Nobody's going to get that baseball. Runner heading to 3rd. Here comes the relay. And we got now guys on 2nd and 3rd with Cito Gaston, the hitter. Nobody out. And Gaston will line this one a right-up base hit. 1-run in. Could it be scoring 2? No, they hold the runner at 3rd, but the game is tied now, and I don't think the Padres are done. John Sippen, the hitter. And Sippen will go into the outfield. A nice tag thrown. Here comes the play at the plate. Not in time. Canizaro scores to give the Padres the lead on the sacrifice. And with that, Ollie Brown up with Gaston on first. 1 out. Brown another hit. What a game he's having. A single now to left field. 2 on for Tony Gonzalez. Simas having a hard time here. This one's popped up, but it's going to be caught. Caruso with the play. So we got now 2 outs. Bases loaded. Game hanging in the balance. Nate Colbert, the hitter. He strikes out, so Simas limits the damage, but the Padres take the lead. As we hit the stretch, we are now in the bottom of the 7th. Singleton, the hitter. Can the Padres hold on? This one hit in front of the mound. Throw to first, not in time. We got an infield hit for the Sox. Thomas now up here. And Thomas will lace this one into the corner. He's going to get to second base, it looks like, with the double here with only 1 out. And Ordonez has a chance as the Sox try to rally here. Ordonez hits the single to right. Let's see if they send Thomas. He stops at 3rd, so we got runners on the corners. Paul Konerko up. Dave Roberts trying to hold off the Sox. Let's see if he can. Konerko awaits. There goes the runner. Throw to second. They're going to get him. Strike him out. Throw him out. The Padres come up big, and that will end the threat. Unbelievable. A risk taking there by the Sox did not pay off. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Brooke Fordyce, the hitter. Billy McCool has come in to pitch. And this one singled to center field. The Sox, in a way, here shooting themselves in the foot in this ball game, but it's not over yet. Carlos Lee, our hitter, nobody out. The Lee lines this one, and that's going to drop in there. So we got first and third, it looks like, as a runner hustles all the way over. So with nobody out, it is a 4-3 game, and Craig Norden at the plate. Norden takes strike 3. He can't come through. A big out there. And Craig Wilson now facing Frank Reberger here with 2 on. 4-3 game. This one's hit to short. Could it be? Taylor made double play. The Padres turn a DP at the perfect time, and the Sox can hardly believe it. We move to the 9th. They're hanging on here. They're up 4-3, and there's a infield hit for the Padres as we move to the 9th. 2 outs, 2 on. El Ferreira, the hitter. Sean Lowe delivers. And this ball's lifted into left field. It is going to drop. And that's some important insurance now for the Padres as they get an RBI single from Ferreira. It is 5-3. We move to the bottom of the 9th. Reberger still in the game. There's a strikeout. Ray Durham goes down swinging. Here's Thomas with 2 outs. This one's ripped deep into right field. That ball will get down, so Thomas with a big game. He'll make it to second, so that'll bring the tying run to the plate. More drama here. Ordonez the hitter. Will they give him something to hit? They do. It's the ground ball to short. The ball gets away, however, an error at the most crucial time. Unbelievable. Pena makes a big error. Will the Sox take advantage? Paul Konerko up with 2 on. And he strikes out. Reberger gets him, and the Padres celebrate here. They pulled off the win in Game 6. And they just stay resolute and are going to force a Game 7. Hats off to the Padres. They're playing some real inspired baseball. And that was a great game. The Sox had every opportunity to win it and close out the series. They could not do it. Ollie Brown, 4 for 4, making a name for himself. Al Ferreira, 3 for 3 with a home run and 2 RBIs. Jim Parquet, he does not get the win. And it was the Padres who fought back with 2 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th to win it. Despite their shoddy defense, they get it done. Roberts the win, Simus the loss. Reberger has been trying to redeem himself after a tough start to the series. He does here. He gets a save. The Sox out-hit the Padres, but that's not good enough. They are now being stunned, and this series, ladies and gentlemen, has gone to the limit. We got one game for everything, and I think there's a sentimental favorite here. The 110-loss San Diego Padres of 1969 are giving the White Sox everything they can handle, and wouldn't it be something if they could pull it off? So Game 7, Clay Kirby's going to take the mound against James Baldwin. Both pitchers struggled in their last outing, but everything is thrown out the window. Previous records gone. It is one game for everything here, as these two teams are tied with 3 wins apiece. And at Comiskey Park, it will be decided once and for all. The final game now, live. I know you're not going to miss it. Coming up from Comiskey, Game 7 between the Padres and the White Sox. So Jeff Baldwin now to lead off the game against Ollie Brown. It is 49 degrees and very cloudy. And Brown's going to go to third. The play's going to be made there, but it's going to be late, so it'll be an infield hit. Close play, and looks like the umpire missed that call, but we'll move to the third regardless. Scoreless. Ollie Brown backed up with a man on first. And Brown singles to center field with 1 out. Throw to third, so the Padres got something cooking here. Tony Gonzalez, the hitter. And Gonzalez will fly this one to right, but there should be a man there. Ordonez has got it for the second out of the inning. We move to the 4th. Still scoreless. Ed Spezio at the plate, a man on. And this one just misses outside, so with nobody out, 2 on. Roberto Pena up. And Pena flies this one deep to left. Let's see if it has enough carry, but it's caught out there. Runners are going to tag. Actually, the lead runner will tag. So runners on the corners, one out. Chris Canizaro looking to open up the scoring here in Game 7. And he grounds to second. The Sox beautifully turn the twin killing and get out of the inning. We remain 0-0. And Paul Konerko up with 2 outs here in the 4th. Clay Kirby has been good until this point. But Konerko's going to drop this one in the right. It's a fair ball. Run around in second. He's heading for third. Konerko with the double. And all the way around to score is Ordonez. It is 1-0 Sox on the Paul Konerko double. We move to the 5th, 1-0. Baldwin now with the lead. And this one hit, however, deep to left. Could it be to the wall? Ollie Brown ties it up 1-1. A solo home run over the left field wall. So the Padres even it out. And Brown, who's been having an outstanding series. We move bottom of the 5th, 1-1. Caruso on second base. We got Craig Wilson up with 1 out. And Wilson a line, a single to center. Let's see if they send the runner. They will. Throw to the plate is going to be late. He's safe. Sox up 2-1. They take the lead here in the 5th. Singleton now the batter. So Wilson came through. Singleton a line in the gap. That's going to be trouble. Relay throw coming in. Runner headed home. It's going to be a triple, it looks like. Yes, sir. Singleton gets it done. It's 3-1 White Sox. They put 2 across here in the 5th. We move to the 6th. Manuel's already gone to the pen. Brian Ward has come in. Roberto Pena now at the plate. He takes a ball, so he's on first. Man on second as well. 2 on for Canizaro. There's 1 out. But he strikes out. Canizaro can't catch up with the pitch. 2 outs now for Cito Gaston. Brian Ward trying to work out of the 6th inning. And that ball gets away, so the runners will advance now. So the tying run in scoring position, Gaston facing a 1-2 pitch. And he strikes out. A huge strikeout there. Gaston can't come through. 3-1. We move bottom of the 6th. Konerko leading it off, or actually up with a man on. And Konerko will go deep to center, to the wall. Huge home run by Paulie. To center field. That's going to make it 5-1 White Sox. Konerko with a bomb with a man on, and the Padres finally feeling the pressure now. We move to the 7th. It's 5-1. Carlos Castillo and the Sox trying to close out this series. There's a shot deep to right field. However, that's going to go over the wall. Gonzalez with the home run. It makes it 5-2. The Padres aren't planning on going easily here. To the 8th we go. Canizaro with the man on. It's David Lundquist now, the pitcher. And there's a fly ball to center field. That's going to drop in there. Throw to third is a perfect one, however, and an ill-advised try to get the extra base. Singleton throws out the runner. And that, my friends, is going to keep the score 5-2. To the 9th we go. And it is now 2 outs, and Keith Folk ready to possibly end this series against Ollie Brown. 2-2 pitch. Here comes Folk. Strike 3 swinging. The Sox have won Game 7. The 99 Sox put it away. They win this one 5-2, ending a marathon outstanding series. But the Sox do enough to take it. Konerko with a big blow in this game, a 2-run bomb to open things up. He was 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Baldwin ends up with a win. Ollie Brown, another good game, 3 for 5. Boy, did he make a name for himself in this series. Kirby gets the loss. And Keith Folk, his 3rd save of the series. And the Sox do enough at home to win this one and take it 4-3. You can see there they put 2 runs apiece in the 5th and the 6th inning. The Padres tried to make the comeback, but could not, and the Sox win it to the limit. in 7 games. Just an exciting series. They split the first 2. Chicago took 2 out of 3 in San Diego before the Padres forced the Game 7, and then we saw the Sox prevail in the decider. Here's Ollie Brown's numbers: 13 hits in the series, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. What a series he had. Canizaro also with 2 home runs. He hit .346. Hats off to these players who are not well known, aren't supposed to be playing as well as they are, and they stepped up even in a loss. Ferrara with a big home run in this series. Roberto Pena did okay. And the pitching for San Diego also had some good performers. Dick Selma, 1.74 in his win in 10 innings pitched. Al Santorini also excellent, 2.13 in 12.2. Kirby had it rough and also had a 7 ERA. He lost it in Game 7. And some of the other arms struggled a bit for the Padres when it mattered most, but they gave it their all for the Sox. You can see here, Carlos Lee hit .400, Maglio Dornis .379, Konerko drove in 6, hit .348, Thomas a paltry .269, 3 RBIs for him. Singleton hit .207, drove in 3, but had some nice defense, including showing off his arm in center. Pitching-wise, Ward got a win. He also pitched well in Game 7. Bobby Howry was good out of the pen. Mike Sorotka, an excellent series. He went 1-0 and pitched outstanding baseball. Parquet, in his loss, he wasn't too bad. Keith Folk had 3 saves, but did get hit a little bit hard. And James Baldwin really got hit, but still won the game and actually won the crucial Game 7. Bill Simas also struggled, as well as some other arms for the Sox, but they'll take the victory. And interestingly enough, the MVP turns out to be a losing side player. Ollie Brown gets the MVP. You don't see that very often. The game recognizing Brown's performance, even in a series loss. I can't say I really argue with him. He hit .419 for the series, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. He was able to score 6 runs. He doubled twice, 774 slugging, 1.26 OPS, some nice defense, and he was all over the field. Ollie Brown deserves credit, and he'll go home with the MVP, although surely the Padres wanted to win the series, and they came oh so close. They deserve credit. 110 loss team playing as hard as they did and coming as close as they did to winning this series. We had some great games. Really, really enjoyed it. Wasn't expecting this type of series. A shame we didn't see the upset, I just have to say, but the 99 Sox don't care too much about upsets. They were able to prevail in this series, which was Series 170, and we're definitely glad, hopefully, you lasted all 7 games because it was worth it. It was a good performance by both teams up until the final game where the Sox just had enough late for the Padres. So that's our wrap. Series 170 is over. Once again, it's the 1999 Chicago White Sox defeating the 1969 San Diego Padres in 7 games. Out of the Park Baseball 21 and Historical Baseball Matchup presents another series for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again soon with 171, but 170 is a wrap. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We will talk to you soon.